movie that is very much about the Great Depression, but is much sillier, is Mr. Deeds Goes to Town.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go to another one. All right. Scrolling
No,
in a different
well,
direction.
yeah. I got it all planned out. Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, the Frank Capra movie, starring Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper.
I, like, before doing this show, I basically only knew Gary Cooper from High Noon, which is a, like, Western, like, tense thriller kind of movie. I was like, oh, Gary Cooper, he's, like, a serious, old-timey actor. I didn't realize that Gary Cooper is, like, a huge goofball in, like, most of his movies.
But
even drama, even like Morocco, which is like a drama, he's still like kind of a goofball in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Design for Living as well.
Yeah.
I actually like wasn't super familiar with Gary Cooper. I mean, I knew the name, but like I'm not sure I'd seen any of his movies.
It's also, he's like very like tall, traditionally handsome, like Hollywood leading man type of guy. I did not expect him to do as many comedies as I've seen him.
Yeah, when I watched Design for Living, I thought that he was the other guy, because I thought the other guy kind of had a more distinctive face. And I was like, oh, the guy who seems like the mainer character,
Frederick March, I think is
yeah
the other guy in Design for Living, right?
Like the guy who has the more distinctive face and is the mainer character, that's got to be Gary Cooper, because he's the name I've heard. But yeah, this movie, I think it seems to have kind of cemented a bit of an image for Gary Cooper as like a kind of traditional all-American guy, stand-up type,
Yeah,
who has American morals,
a swell fella.
yeah.
This is a very Frank Capra-esque movie.
Yeah, yes.
I don't think it's as good as some of his later movies, but it's like the seeds are there. The Frank Capra voice is like very loud in this film.
Yeah, he loves America, this guy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a movie about like a small town, like a naive small town guy who comes to the big city and kind of gets
taken advantage of by all of these soulless city types.
Yeah, but then his country ways win out, and he changes everyone around him for the better. His folksy charms win the day. We'll get into this a bit later. I have a story to tell, but this movie was, of course, remade as just Mr. Deeds, starring Adam Sandler as a like rough and tumble Massachusetts guy who comes to the big city and wins people over with his folksy ways.
Same kind of deal.
Yeah, sure. This movie opens with a car driving over a cliff, which is a hell of a way to start a picture.
Yeah. This like much more of a bang crash zoom opening than I would have expected for a kind of a light comedy.
Yeah, a guy dies in a car crash, and he's very wealthy, and he has he only has one living heir, which is Mr. Deeds himself, who lives in a little town in Vermont called Mandrake Falls. And he's like kind of like the town hero. Everyone likes him. He loves the tuba. He's in the town parades and like helps out everyone like in town, and everyone's just like, we love this guy. Yeah, he's super famous. We all love him.
In our small town where we all know each other, he's the one we know the most because we all love him.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I feel like it kind of takes a little bit away from the sort of like small town bumpkin comes to the big city. Like Mr. Deeds already seems pretty wealthy when we meet him. He's got like a big old house. He's got a tuba. He has like wait staff that like work in his house.
Notoriously expensive tubas, I suppose. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. His full name Longfellow Deeds, which is quite the name.
Which they keep in the Adam Sandler one.
Right. Adam Sandler is a real Longfellow type.
Yeah, he looks like his name is Longfellow.
Oh yeah, my name's Longfellow. But yeah, he's just this kind of like guileless, sweet summer child. I think someone says the boy must be a nitwit. That's the other thing too, is like the people who like the lawyers that go to Mandrake Falls to like get Mr. Deeds, get Longfellow, and to like tell him that he's inherited all this money, are like the most 1930s people to ever live. There's one, the Cobb, the press agent, who's played by Lionel Stander, is like the most, he's such a 1930s stock guy. He's just like, all right, look here, pal, we gotta find this Longfellow guy. Tell us where. He's just like, he's like, if you took the 1930s and put it into a person. It's Lionel Stander in this movie.
Yes, correct.
I guess the only other example I can think of somone who is more 1930s than that guy is the female lead of this movie, Bebe Bennett, played by Jean Arthur, who is like the classic fast-talking, cynical reporter. She's just like, I'll get the story, but it's not gonna be fun. And it's just like has no faith in humanity left. She's like seen it all.
Yeah, so she is going in because Mr. Deeds doesn't talk to anybody. He's kind of just trying to figure out, because he's such a good guy, he's trying to figure out what to do with all of this money that is the right thing to do so that he can give it all away and then go back to Vermont where he's happy. And he's just trying to get rid of everyone around him.
He loves fire engines. He gets really excited when he sees a fire engine.
It's such a weird note that like he just turns into a 5-year-old. Like when he sees a fire truck, he's like, oh my God, a fire truck. I need to go chase it. Like, this is like, manic pixie dream boy situation.
Yeah.
It's really like, like cynical reporter falls in love with manic pixie dream boy.
Whilst trying to like trick him, like she's lying about who she is so she can get the story.
And it turns out that like he's so
writing all
pure.
this mean stuff about him.
He's so pure that she's like, man, I feel kind of bad about this, even though I'm a New Yorker who has no soul. And and eventually she kind of comes clean, and he's like, the last person, the only person who was okay was also trying to trick me. So screw everything. I'm leaving, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gotta go get him back and convince him to save the fortune from the greedy lawyers. And he gives all his money away to all the starving farmers.
Yeah. This is another movie that makes acknowledgement of the Depression. I think it's interesting how
I think this movie is like one of the most explicitly like about the Depression movies that we've seen.
Yeah, although it
kind of all hinges on the idea of like the farmers don't have any money and they're losing all that they have.
Well, toward the end of the movie, I think the beginning is very much like many movies, kind of living outside of the reality of the Depression. It's just like, wouldn't it be nice to be rich and have stuffy British people try and put your pants on for you? You know,
I feel like that's like Top Hat, and
and so like it's this fish out of water in high society kind of comedy at the beginning, and then toward the end, like the kind of irresponsibility of somebody being hideously wealthy at this time kind of makes itself more apparent to both the audience and the main character. And so like it goes from this kind of innocent fantasy to, okay, wait, but like this is actually kind of messed up, like we need to fix this, you know.
Then it has this like such a feel good, like wholesome ending where he gives all the money away.
Yeah. And like, I think Frank Capra was like a quite conservative person, but this movie this movie is like rather left wing in its in its politics in certain ways.
I feel like that might just be an Overton window situation where it's like a fairly conservative person in 1936 is now a like fairly left-leaning person because it's shifted so much.
Hey, I mean, Adolf Hitler was a fairly conservative person in 1936.
Fairly. But a big thought I had while watching this was Sam Raimi loves this movie for sure.
Why?
Well, because Sam Raimi co-wrote The Hudsucker Proxy, which is like almost a remake of this. Like Hudsucker Proxy has like a very different plot details, but it's still a sort of like innocent, guileless man is given access to extreme wealth, and there is a cynical, fast-talking 1930s reporter that accidentally falls in love with him.
Oh wow, yep.
That's a Coen Brothers movie, but Sam Raimi is one of the writers on it, and he also directed like a montage in the middle of it. And then also there's a scene at like a fancy restaurant with like live violin players, which I am like 90% sure Sam Raimi took from this and put in Spider-Man 3. because it is like so similar, and it just seems like such a same Raimi thing to do. It's like, I'm making a Spider-Man movie. I'm gonna put a scene from Mr. Deeds in it. This movie has a lot in common, I think, with Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, which
We'll get to it.
Which makes sense because that's was originally Mr. Deeds Goes to Washington, and it was going to be a sequel to this movie.
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, we'll get to it.
I haven't seen Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
They have a lot of similarities. It's a Wonderful Life too has like a lot of thematic similarities to this movie. I think both of those are better than Mr. Deeds Comes to Town. Goes to Town. The movie isn't set in New York because that would make the movie soulless. He goes to town. To town, yes. He is leaving Vermont and going to town.
You know, New York town.
Yeah. And yeah, this movie is a little I almost feel like it's like so wholesome at times that it's like it needs a little bit of like It's a Wonderful Life like cuts the wholesomeness with like incredible
suicide.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, which I think evens that movie out a little bit more, but this one is like more of a straightforward comedy than that is. Like,
yes.
It's not as it's trying to kind of pull you in with a bunch of silly comedy and fish out of water stuff, and then hit you in the heart with some of the sort of like the big heartfelt speech at the end of what a good person Longfellow is. Another thing that I feel like kind of hurts this movie's image or whatever, maybe not image, but it's like the whole thing is that like Longfellow is like winning over everyone with all of his like folksy ways, and also just punching people in the face. He does that a lot in this movie.
Yeah, I wonder if it does seem like it kind of undercuts what it's going for a little bit. He's just extreme violence in this movie.
I recently rewatched Miracle on 34th Street, and that also takes the stance where like sometimes you just gotta sock him in the face, and it's like, do you though? I don't know if that's a good message.
Yeah.
I mean, in that, Santa Claus does get in trouble for hitting a guy with his cane. But it's like, even in that, it's like, even Santa Claus, the nicest man, he's so nice that he's a magical creature. Like, sometimes he's just like, shut up, I'm gonna hit you because you suck.
I mean, I think it would our society be better if you could just kind of sock a guy sometimes?
You get one free punch now.
Maybe one a year.
Yeah.
You know?
On Purge Day.
On Punch Day.
Punch Day. I feel like Punch Day would not go well.
We need a movie called The Punch. The Punch
Day.
The Punch Anarchy.
The first punch. Everyone serves punch.
The Punch election year. This movie also, one other small note about it that sounds weird now when they said it, is that there's a courtroom scene again in this movie, and the evil lawyers bring in some people from his town, and they call Mr. Deeds pixelated.
Right.
They say he's pixelated. And that kind of makes the modern ears perk up a little bit.
Right. You're like, what? That was even a word back then? But
it's
back
like,
then, I guess
I watched this off a Blu-ray.
It meant pixie-like?
Yeah.
Like fairy-like? Like they're sort of
touched.
Like a space cadet, I guess. Like they're not grounded. They're sort of living in fairyland all the time. Which I had never heard that definition of pixelated. It's funny that word got reinvented to mean a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But
I watched this pixelated man in high definition.
It's good Letterboxd review.
So earlier in the episode, I made the mistake of saying that I had a story about the Adam Sandler remake of Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, and I never followed it up. So we are now recording this extra segment days later, after I've edited the episode and realized that I never actually told the story that I was setting up.
You're showing them behind the magic right now.
Yeah. First of all, have you seen the Adam Sandler remake?
If I have, it was so long ago that I don't remember. I know the foot scene, but I know that was also in the trailer.
Right.
So
yeah, it was big trailer moment.
I was probably like 13 when I saw it, so I don't remember.
Right. I came out in 2002. So I would have been 11 when it came out, although I'm not sure I actually saw it in 2002. It might have been 03.
It's very much a movie that you watch on DVD in the mid 2000s and not like
Right.
a movie that you rush to see in theaters.
I mean, watching on DVD probably would have been preferable to how I saw it. And this is that story. So in, I guess, 2002 or 2003, me, my mom, and my brother went on a trip to California and Washington. We flew out there. Back in 2002, 2003, you didn't get the smorgasbord of in-flight movies that you do now. This was the olden times when on an airplane, if you wanted to watch a movie, you got one. They're like, we picked one that everyone has to watch.
I kind of missed that, actually.
There was a communal aspect to it, it's true.
Yeah.
But so the in-flight movie on that fateful day was Mr. Deeds, starring Mr. Adam Sandler. And me and my family were not particularly interested. This was probably before I had seen a lot of Sandler movies. I think maybe the only thing I'd seen him in was like Big Daddy on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, not his best work, I'll say.
It's one of his classics, I suppose.
Right, it's like, but it's in that, it's not like a pinnacle, like Happy Madison, Adam Sandler comedy. I feel like it's kind of one of like the mid-level, like, yeah, that one's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But so that, context. So we're like, well, I guess we're just gonna go to sleep because we don't really want to watch the one movie that we have on the flight. So we went to California, and then to get from California up to Washington, we took an overnight train. It was like a 2-day train trip.
Wow.
And the evening of the train trip, there was like, hey, we're showing a movie. And we're like, oh boy, what's it gonna be? What's the movie gonna be? And it was Mr. Deeds again. And we were like, damn it. We were looking forward to watching a movie, but I guess we're not gonna. Because like now at this point we're just like pissed. We're like pissed at that movie. We're like,
I feel like fate is
here.
telling you to watch Mr. Deeds.
Right? It's starting to feel that way. But we didn't watch it. And so then, we spend like however many days in Washington, and we're on a flight back. No idea if it was the same airline or anything. And we're like in the airport, and we're like, what are the odds? What do you think the odds are gonna be that like the in-flight movie going back is gonna be Mr. Deeds again? And we're like, it better not. Like, it will. Oh. But if it is, I guess we have to watch it. Right? Them's the rules. And we get on the flight, and, it's like settling in, getting the stuff all ready. And they're like, the in-flight movie today will be Mr. Deeds. And we're like, oh, God damn it. It's like a silent flight, and, like, these three people are, like, yelling. And so that is exactly our reaction was like, the universe has told us, like, watch the fucking movie. And so we finally were like, fine. We hear you. We're gonna watch it. Maybe it's good. Maybe this is, we're being forced into it. And so we watched it, and it was not particularly great. I don't remember it being terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But thinking back on it now, I do think it doesn't quite, because it's a remake of Mr. Deeds Goes to Town, it tries to kind of keep that like Frank Capra sweetness intact. Mm-hmm. But it's also an Adam Sandler movie, and his whole thing is he's like a crazy New England guy who comes to the big city, and it's like he's not like innocent the same way that Gary Cooper is in the original. He's just like, I'm crazy. What are you gonna do? He probably punches just as many people.
Yeah, I mean there is a craziness strain in the original.
There's like a weird mishmash of the kind of like zany, like surrealism of like Happy Madison movies and the like Frank Capra-ness, and like they don't fit together well.
Yeah, that's
as I remember. I've not seen this movie in over 20 years, so I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Maybe it's actually really good.
It's 11-year-old Glenn's movie reviews, basically.
Yeah. Tune in for more memories of movies that I saw when I was 11. So that's my.
That's good. I like how it follows the rule of threes for yes. Jokes and stories and whatnot.
It did work itself out in a very humorous way. So for that, I
do you think your story's funnier than the Adam Sandler Mr. Deeds?
Possibly. Although again, I have not seen it in over 20 years, so I don't want to. I can't say that with much.
Maybe we gotta watch Mr. Deeds for our 30s wrap up episode.
That would be a choice.
There's too many other choices.
But so I would be remiss if we didn't put this in the episode, especially since I said
And you are no longer remiss.